Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Picture this. It's 1998. The Spice Girls are dominating the charts. Dial-up internet is screeching like a banshee. And PlayStation is dropping a game where you play as a skeleton who has lost his jaw in a battle. Welcome to MediEvil, a game that is equal part charming, janky, and why the hell is this corn killing me? I'm the Great Jammer, your host, and today we are dusting off this cult classic to answer the big question. Does Sir Dan Fortesque, does his adventure still hold up, or should it have stayed dead? Let's see. That's right, guys. Your evil character is none other than Zarok, a guy who looks like he raided a Hot Topic clearance bin and never emotionally recovered. Seriously. This edgy horn sorcerer is basically the medieval version of that one friend who won't stop summoning demons for the aesthetic. And thanks to this failed spooky apocalypse party, Sir Dan gets yanked off his eternal nap to clean up the mess. Classic roommate drama. And now it's time for you to meet Sir Dan, the hero who looks like he lost a fist fight with a Pez dispenser. This guy's got more jaw-dropping backstory than a Netflix docudrama. And by jaw-dropping, I mean literally. Turns out getting your mandible knocked off in battle makes for some unique dialogue options. But hey, at least he doesn't have to worry about biting his tongue. Done that hurt earlier? Bloody hurts. Bit of blood. Not good. He's a lucky man. Small victories. And let's talk about the cutscenes, where Sir Dan's face moves with all the expressiveness of a PowerPoint transition. For 1998, these were mind-blowing. Today, let's just say the animation is so stiff, it makes Zorok's cursed zombies look like Olympic gymnasts. You can practically hear the polygon screaming for mercy. Still, there's a certain charm to it, like watching your parents' wedding video on a VHS. Endearingly janky, but you're just glad it exists. This game is like a Halloween candy bag exploded all over a medieval graveyard. It's vibrant, sugary, and weirdly delightful. The zombies aren't your standard rotting flesh types. They look like they've raided a Chuck E. Cheese and a Matrix sort of clearance sale. They're big, they got them big googly eyes, and they got them slapstick cheekbones, you know? They're just, they grin like nothing else. These are the type of undead that you trust to babysit your own kids. You know, you just, well, at least not eat them straight away, maybe. You maybe it's a Tim Burton sort of nightmare filtered for a Saturday morning cartoon. And honestly, it's quite enjoyable. You can't say different. And here's a fact about this game for you. Sorry about this. Don't know why, but hopefully that's enjoyed that. Let's talk about this game through the markets. So this bony boy hit shelves in 1998, back when dial-up internet still screeched at you and Google was a funny saying. But Europe and the USA got first dibs on this classic, while Japan had to wait like a kid staring at a do not open till 1999 Christmas present. And who do we thank for this gothic gem? None other than Britain's very own SCEE Cambridge studio. It's Britain's finest export since Sarcasm. They took the skeleton with a job and turned it into a PlayStation cult classic. God save the Jawless Queen. Nowadays king. And let's talk about Sir Dan's Arsenal. This is the medieval equivalent of grab whatever's around, right, and not nail down. Fancy a sword? Classic. Crossbow? Respectable. Throwing knives? Sure, why not? But then there's the piece de la resistance. Ripping off your own arm to beat monsters with it like a grizzly pool noodle. It's the ultimate flex. Literally. Oh, you're out of ammo. Yank! Problem solved. Forgot a sword and shield? And this game runs on improvised skeleton violence. Darwin would be proud. And let's talk about the real villain of MediEvil. Not Zarok, nah. But the camera. This thing has the spatial awareness of a drunk pigeon, constantly stuck on walls or framing battles like a student film director's artistic choice. You fight zombies, demons, and your own urge to yeet the PlayStation and throw it out the window. On the bright side, the voice acting is solid. Except Zarok. No. He sounds like he's auditioning for a pantomime film, doesn't he? While chewing a sock. He just does it. Awful. Even Sir Dan's jawless mumbles have more range. At least the camera tries to ruin your day. Zarok doesn't even try. Not at all. You go to the game, listen to it. Ruins my day. Anyway, moving on. Sir Dan may be undead, right? But he only gets one shot in this game. Believe it or not, he gets one shot at this hero thing. Die once and it's game over. Back to the crypt with you, they say. It's like the Dark Souls grumpy grandpa, this is. Except with more clattering bones and less patience. This mechanic turns every enemy encounter into a full-blown existential crisis. That zombie chicken? Suddenly terrifying. That slightly suspicious puddle? Might as well be lava. You'll develop survival instincts sharper than Zarok's cheekbones. I'm telling you, it will. And I'm going to give you a pro tip. Save often. Pray harder. And maybe keep a stress ball shaped like Dan's missing jaw nearby. Because nothing makes you appreciate life like losing yours to a poorly timed jump for the 47th time. You'll just die all the time. Literally. It's not hard, but that one life makes it harder for no reason. Let's take a moment to appreciate my sheer intellectual brain here, yeah? For 37 minutes, I wrestled with camera, like it was a rabid raccoon. Careering into walls, spinning in circles, I actually developed actual motion sickness, right? All while the game quietly whispered, "Hey, idiot! The triggers L2 and R2 move the camera," in the world's most subtle control scheme. This was my personal "we've been trying to reach you about your car that's extended warranty" moment. That brief second of discovery, more shocking than when Sir Dan first realised he was missing his jaw. What an idiot! Still not great though. The camera's still not great. But here's a pro tip to myself. Read the manual, mate. Or at least smash the buttons like a normal person before nearly finishing the first level in cinematic vomit vision. And tell you something else, right? There's an enemy in this game that the game doesn't prepare you for. And it's the sheer audacity. Give me a second. You're never going to believe it. You get these klepto imps, right? These tiny gremlins who see your shiny sword and go, "Mine now, loser." It's humiliating. 1 second, you're a heroic skeleton knight. The next, you're chasing a giggling trash goblin barehanded like a dad at a backyard barbecue. But the puzzles. They're the perfect difficulty. Just tricky enough to make you feel smart when you solve them, but not so hard that you'll question your life choices. It's wow. So it's like like Zarek's voice acting. Bad. It's like the game knows when to balance haha funny with aha I'm a genius. So yes, you'll lose your weapons. Yes, you'll question why imps have better loot etiquette than Skyrim bandits. But the payoff? Worth every scream of "Give that back, you little..." Nearly said it. Meet the Glass Demon. The only boss in gaming history who's both incredibly fragile and ridiculously extra. This guy opts to have his literal heart on display like he's some kind of emotional jewelry exhibit. Oh yes, my weak point. Please admire it under these brilliant full spotlights. The fight itself is a brilliant mix of dodge his tantrums and shoot the glowing organ. Like a bit like a carnival game from hell, really. It's the perfect introduction to medieval brand of nonsense. Challenging enough to make you sweat, but so creatively absurd you can't help but love it. By the time he shatters into a million pieces, you'll be equal parts relieved and weirdly moved. Rest in pieces, my dramatic Crystal King. Your death was as beautiful as your unnecessary transparency. Let's be real. The soundtrack sounds like a Casio keyboard left in the haunted cathedral. It's all spooky carnival waltz meets, you know, medieval bomb 90s gross cities jump scare page. Not exactly ham simmer material. Have a listen. Have a listen to this. But much like Sir Dan's questionable dental situation, it weirdly works. Those tinny, repetitive tracks somehow become the game's personality, like the oral equivalent of a B movie you can't stop quoting. By hour 3, you'll catch yourself humming the graveyard theme and think, wait, do I unironically love this now? Verdict? It's not good, but it's right. Like eating cold pizza at 3 a.m. No class, all vibe. To the glassman's flair, we get two dogs. They're supposed to be hellhounds, but they're just some guys. They bark, they lunge, and they exist. Like the devs forgot they promised a dogfight and grabbed the nearest strays. The strategy: stand still and spam attack, like you're trying to win a rigged carnival game. They'll nibble your shins with all the menace of a distracted golden Labrador. Even Sir Dan's missing jaw could outclass these bosses. It's the gaming equivalent of ordering a haunted mansion and getting a shed with a "Beware of the dog" sign. Or at least, well, at least the imps had the decency to steal your weapons. These mutts just steal your time. Trying to aim in medieval. Now this is an exercise in patience. It's like performing brain surgery with oven mitts on. That crossbow might as well be a nerve gun in a horror game. And don't even get me started on the throwing knives. Sir Dan's depth perception is clearly as dead as the rest of him. But fear not. Scattered around are life refills, your glowing, liquid liveliness in this sea of jank. They're like finding a Snickers at the bottom of your bag during a crisis. Oh, thank God I can survive 2 more minutes of this chaos. Pro tip: if you are low on health, just embrace the chaos, run in circles, spam attacks, and pray to the gaming gods that something connects. It's not strategy, it's survival. Now, I want you to imagine this, right? You survived zombie chickens. You didn't. You survived. There may as well be chickens that are that easy. You survived camera angles with a personal vendetta and zombie bagging bin villains, right? Then you hit the corn maze. Yeah? You realise the real final boss was agriculture all along. This isn't a level, it's a war crime. Stumble into the wrong pixel of corn? Dead. Breathe too hard near a scarecrow? Dead. Exist within 5-foot radius of this god-forsaken farm? Believe it or not, yeah, you're right, you're dead. It's like the developers just took all the game's jank, distilled it into a single field, and said, suffer skeleton, have it. I tapped out here, by the way. Not because of difficulty, but because Sir Dan deserves better than to be murdered by a vegetable. It's not just a vegetable, it's vegetables with personal space issues, right? The corn was the nemesis, not the Zarok. Rest in peace, my jawless knight. So, MediEvil had all the ingredients to be legendary. A gorgeous gothic style, a story way ahead of its time, a zombie redemption arc, iconic, the lot, and Sir Dan's jawless swagger, right? But let's not kid ourselves. The camera is the real final boss. This was the PS1 era's curse. There was no analog sticks to save us from spinning like a drunk skeleton in a washing machine. If it had modern controls, game changer. But as is, the janky gameplay holds it back from the greatness. There's a 2019 PS4 remake, and I'm not sure if it sorted it out, but if you would like me to review this game, or this version of the game, please tell me in the comments. Fun fact for you. This game almost launched as Dead Man Dan, which sounds like a rejected Bruce Springsteen song, but still sold 400,000 copies at least, becoming platinum. Not bad for a game where cornfields are deadlier than the actual enemy. In the end, MediEvil is like Sir Dan himself. Flawed, kinda broken, but impossible not to root for. Now excuse me while I go therapise my PTSD from that bloody corn maze. Man, and shall we rate this game? Which we're going to do with every game, alright? With this game, I can't put it anywhere else, really, but it's a good game. Go on. No, it's not a bad game. Sorry about this, guys. We put it up in the good game. I feel happy with it there. To show you what my tier list will be for future videos, so it looks like that. And games will be getting added to it. I hope you don't mind. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I'd love it if you could subscribe and like the video, and let me know if this is the sort of content you'd like me to go for. And I'll catch you next time.